Thank you for joining us in the session today. I welcome you. Uh, really appreciate your taking out time for joining us today. The session is about tuning in into the body intelligence, and the session is sponsored by InsureSure. InsureSure is an insurance organization started by professionals from the insurance industry, and in about last 1 year they have insured assets of over 10,000 crores, and they one of the unique things about them is that not only help you decide on buying the right policy, they also support you with the claims advisory, and I think that is something which is unique about them. Their numbers are shared in the picture here. In case you would like to take a screenshot and connect with them later, please feel free to do so. My name, as you know, is Ashish Kumar, and I'm the founder of Mindful Living. Our mission is to help 1 million working professionals lead healthier, happier, and wealthier lives. We have conducted over 250 sessions for employees in the leading corporates that include names like Tata Group, IBM, SDFC Life, Kotak Life, CII, EXL, Swiggy, Times of India, Airbnb, etc. So with that, let's come to the session today, which is about body intelligence. Prior to starting Mindful Living, I worked in the health insurance and healthcare sector for about 10 years. And during this period, I developed a love for human anatomy and human physiology. And I learned about zygote. You know, zygote is the first cell that is formed when the sperm and the egg, they fertilize. And from this cell, through a process of mitosis, this multiplies into the 50 trillion cells that our body today is. So this one cell multiplies into 2, then 2 multiplied into 4, 4 multiplied into 8, so on, so forth, till we are 50 to 70 trillion cells today. So the blueprint of our body, which comprises of 70 trillion cells, is there in this small cell which cannot be even seen by naked eye, and there is so much of intelligence packed in this cell that it forms our heart, it forms our brain, it forms our lungs, kidney, all of it is organized. So I used to wonder, there is so much of intelligence inside each cell, and this is such a complex system, but it works so beautifully without our even knowing it. So I don't consciously breathe, but my breathing keeps going on. I don't consciously pump my heart, but my heart keeps pumping. I don't consciously digest my food, but my food keeps getting digested. So, there is immense intelligence which is there, which makes our body keep going on, keep functioning so beautifully, so well, but we don't pay much attention. When we usually talk about intelligence, we think of intelligence as being intellectual intelligence, which is there in our mind, but we are not open up to the intelligence which is there in our whole of our bodies. So would you like to hear my story of how I tapped into my body intelligence? If you would like to hear my story of how I tapped into my body intelligence, please type BIO. Bring it on. Thank you, Nitinji. So, I was aware about the power that is there, the intelligence that is there in our stories, but I had not kind of learned to fully tap into this. What I'm going to share today with you is one of the chapters in my journey to tapping into my body intelligence. There are many other developments, but there is one part of it that I'm going to focus on today, which is when I met my coach, Mr. Thaddeus Lawrence, in the month of December 2020. December 2020 has been a rough year for many people, and including me. I had just I had got hospitalized for COVID in November, and I just recovered for COVID, and I was thinking what next to do. In the process of making my plans for 2021, that's when I met Thaddeus, and I wrote down my goals for 2021 under his guidance. And then he asked me a question which kind of stumped me. He asked me, Ashish, what do you feel about the goals that you have just written down? And I said, Thaddeus, I don't feel anything. And then he asked me, what does that tell you about yourself? And I didn't have an answer. And then what he did was truly amazing. He shared this palette of emotions with me, and he asked me to identify my emotions basis this. What you see here are a few primary emotions like happiness, sadness, disgust, fear, anger, surprise, and then there are secondary emotions and tertiary emotions associated with them. So he asked me to identify the emotions that I am facing, and then that what he asked me to do next was truly transformational. And if you like, you can take a screenshot of this, or if you like, you can write this down. He asked me to write these 5 questions on a daily basis. What is the emotion I am feeling now? Now or today, depending on if you're doing this live or you want to do this later. What is the predominant emotion I felt today? Is it happiness, sadness, anger, disgust, surprise? What joy? What am I feeling today? Then label that. In terms of number 1 to 10, how intense was that emotion? In case it is very intense, then you rate it 10, and this is self-rating. So just when you ask yourself, how happy was I? Was I 9, 8, 7, or 10, or how sad was I? So just put a number. And when you put that number, it kind of helps in. What I found was it puts me in a driver's seat, because when I label it, what emotion I'm feeling, and I remember it, I feel empowered to manage it. And then the next question is, what brought about that emotion? So if I'm feeling happy, what triggered that happiness? Or if I'm feeling sad, what triggered that, or any other, what brought about that emotion? And then the next question is an amazing one. What am I learning about myself? So if I'm feeling happy or sad or whatever else, is there any learning? And sometimes this learning didn't come immediately. It took some time. But those insights, when we seek responses to these questions sincerely, responses and insights do come. So what am I learning about myself? Where in the body do I feel the emotion? So that helped me. This exercise helped me connect with my body, because every emotion has a correlate in the body. So if I'm feeling anger, just give me a minute. If I'm feeling angry, then my heart will start pumping faster. My breath will become shallow. The blood would be pumped to my fists or my legs, depending on whether I want to fight or flight. My jaws may clench. So any anger has got a correlate in the body. If I'm feeling happy, again, the heart may be pumping faster with excitement, and there may be joy. Or if I'm feeling sad, my shoulders may be crunching, anything. So, but every emotion for sure has a correlate in the body. So where in the body, is it in the belly area? It's in the heart area, head area, whether in my jaws, where am I? Sometimes the ears turn red. Where am I feeling that emotion? So this is the exercise I started doing for myself, and I found this very, very transformational. So this is one of the ways. There are many ways we can tune into our body intelligence. This is one of the ways to do it. I'd like to pause here to see if you have any comments or questions before we proceed further and discuss more. You can feel free to unmute yourself and share whether this is resonating with you, whether this makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
It is resonating with us. Have you shared the questions you have been asked, or is it on a link of a Khan Academy?
Yes. So that link of Khan Academy is about how that's the process of how zygote becomes into how it multiplies and becomes. So that's the link. In case you're interested in exploring the science behind what we are talking about, that's one link. It's a 10-minute video. You can watch that. Any thoughts anybody else would like to share? Okay, Nitinji says makes sense. Okay, so we will move on, and then I'll also like to share, this is, so one thing is I talked about zygote and the intelligence that is there in each cell in our body. And this has been researched very, very well. There was a study done in the University of Iowa, where what they did was they had a group of 16 people play a game of cards, and there were 4 deck of cards, blue color and red color, and the participants were asked to pick up a card, and depending on the card they picked up, they would win or they would lose. And there was money in that. Just give me a minute. There are some people needing to get. Yeah. So people would lose money or they will win money. So there was a gambling game using cards, and people were picking and they were winning and they were losing. After about playing 80 rounds, picking up 80 cards, most of the participants could figure out that if they are picking up red card, they are losing, and if they are picking up the blue card, they are winning. But the interesting part was the 80th round was when they figured it out cognitively. But after about 50 rounds, they had an hunch, or what we call gut feeling, that there is something wrong, something wrong going on. And interestingly, sometime, when they were playing 10th at their body, yes. Can you please mute yourself? When they were playing about 10th or 20th, sometime during 10th to 30th card, these people were wired to polygraphs, and there was micro sweating taking place in their palms. That means the body had detected much, much earlier that there is something wrong that is happening, and if you play red cards, you're going to lose the game. This was detected by the body as early as sometime during 10th to 30th round, which the mind figured out much earlier. So this is a great basis. Tuning into our body is a great basis to check when we are making decisions, or when we are meeting people, or anything in our, just checking, whether it's the right thing for me or not. This requires a little bit of practice. It doesn't happen like overnight, but as you practice, this is a great way to get tuned into our body and balance our decision making. Most of the decision making that we right now do is basis the analytical thinking which happens in the mind, because that is what we have been trained to do through our years of school and college. We have never really been talked to or taught or shared how to tune into our body and use that as a way to ground
Hello,
our decisions.
we
Yes.
are live. You can join. Hello,
Yeah, can you mute yourself, Ashmita?
you have to register. So yesterday night you would have got the dialing details for yourself.
So this was the study done. So you can Google it. New York Times has reported about this study, and there are many other studies. But there are many other. It's a very popular study on how our body intelligence or the gut feeling or the intuition has a basis to as a basis on which we can take decisions. So this is the University of Iowa study. But so the second question is, now having realized that this is so powerful, how do we go about tapping into the body intelligence or tuning into the body intelligence? So one of the ways we discussed earlier was to journal and do that. The second very powerful way to tune into the body intelligence is by doing something which is called a body scan meditation, where we listen to our emotions by tuning into the sensations in our body. So for this, I will now invite you to settle down comfortably. We will practice this. This is the benefits of this come by practicing rather than by talking about it. So please sit or lie down comfortably. And I would really urge you to switch off your phones at this point of time. Put them in airplane mode or silent mode to get the maximum benefit of this exercise. In case you are sitting, please keep your back and neck straight. You may keep your hands in your lap, palms facing up. In case you are sitting, or by the side of your body, in case you are lying down. Make yourself comfortable. And take several long, slow, deep breaths. Breathing in fully. Exhaling slowly. As you breathe in, observe your belly expand. And let your stomach relax when you exhale. Do that a couple of times. Let your stomach expand when you breathe in, and contract as you exhale. Feel your stomach expand on the inhale and let go as you exhale. Begin to let go of noises around you. Begin to shift your attention from outside to inside yourself. If you're distracted by sounds in the room, simply notice this and bring your focus back to your breathing. Begin to deepen each breath in and out. Breathe in this way for 3 more cycles and feel the tension melt away from your body to be gone forever. Breathe in deeply, exhale fully. Allow your mind to quieten. Slowly bring your attention down to your feet and begin observing the sensations there. You might want to wiggle your toes a little and notice any sensation that may be there. Just notice without judgment. Perhaps you don't feel anything at all. That is fine too. Just allow yourself to feel the sensation of not feeling anything. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you are ready, move your attention up to your ankles, calves, knees, and thighs. Observe the sensations that you are experiencing throughout your legs. If your mind begins to wander during this exercise, gently notice this without judgment and bring your mind back to noticing these sensations in your legs. If you notice any discomfort, pain, or stiffness, don't judge this. Simply notice it. Observe how all sensations rise and fall, shift and change, moment to moment. Notice how no sensation is permanent. Just observe and allow the sensations to be in the moment just as they are. Breathe in, breathe out. Continue to breathe. And on the next out breath, move to the sensations in your lower back and pelvis area. Softening and releasing as you breathe in and out. Slowly move your attention up to your mid back and upper back. Become curious about the sensations there. You may become aware of sensations in the muscle, temperature, or points of contact with furniture or the bed. With each out breath, you may let go of tension you are carrying, and then very gently shift your focus to your stomach and all the internal organs there. Perhaps you notice the feeling of clothing, the process of digestion, or the belly rising or falling with each breath. If you notice opinions arising about these areas, let these go and return to noticing sensation. Continue to breathe. Breathe in deeply. Exhale fully. As you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to the chest and heart region and just notice your heartbeat. Notice how your chest rises during the inhale and how the chest falls during the exhale. Let go of any judgments that may arise. On the next out breath, shift the focus to your hands and fingertips. See if you can channel your breathing into and out of this area as if you are breathing into and out of hands. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the sensations in your hand. Continue to breathe. Let your stomach expand on every inhale and let it contract and relax as you exhale. On the next out breath, Shift the focus and bring your awareness up into your arms. Observe the sensations or lack of sensations that may be occurring here. As you exhale, you may experience the arms soften and release tensions. Continue to breathe and shift focus to the neck, shoulder, and throat region. This is an area where we often have tension. Be with the sensations here. You may feel tightness, rigidity here. You may notice the shoulders moving with the breath. Let go of any stories you may be telling about this area. As you breathe, you may feel tension rolling off your shoulders. On the next out breath, shift your focus and direct your energy, scalp, head, and face. Observe all the sensations occurring there. Notice the movement of the air as you breathe into or out of the nostrils or mouth. As you exhale, you might notice the softening of any tension you may be holding. And now, let your attention expand out to include the entire body as a whole. Bring your awareness from the top of your head down to the bottom of your toes and from your toes up again. Feel the gentle rhythm of breath as it moves through the body. Continue to breathe. Breathe in fully. Let your stomach expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Each day, take out time to tune into your body and your emotions. Choose to be mindful and stay present with each moment, especially during challenging or stressful times. Focus on the positive, and it gives you the confidence to grow and be a better version of yourself each day. As we come to the end of this practice, take a full deep breath, taking in all the energy of this practice. Exhale fully. Consider setting an intention that this practice of being aware of your emotions and tuning into your body intelligence will benefit you and everyone you come in contact with today. Gradually bring your attention to the present moment and to what is happening around you. And once you're comfortable, you may choose to open your eyes gently. You may stay with the feeling for a couple of seconds. Thank you for taking out time for practicing this body scan meditation with me today. And once you are comfortable, please share your experiences. You may unmute yourself or type in the chat. Anybody would like to share anything? Else we'll move on. Practicing body scan meditation benefits in many, many ways. It increases happiness, increases creativity. It grounds us into the present, into the reality, and connects us better with ourselves and people around us. But we need to be cognizant of the fact that the benefits take time to come. It takes practice and it takes time to come. Initially, it's like a snowball effect. It's very, very small. But as you keep up with the practice, you will find that it will gather momentum and the benefits will really flow to you. Sudeshna says, excellent feeling. I feel at rest. Kunal says, great session. Thank you. Dr. Radhika says, it was really awesome, feeling relaxed. Nitinji says, it was very relaxing and sort of dozed off a couple of times, but good experience to feel body parts. Yes. And there's a question, what is the best time to do this? Any time of the day is good to tune in and practice body scan. What we did today is kind of a formal practice which takes 20 odd minutes, but you can do an informal practice where you just scan your body and see what is the emotion you're feeling, and try and answer those questions for yourself. What am I learning about myself? Where in the body am I feeling this? And you can do this any point of time. So we'll pause here, and we will also like to have your feedback. There is a feedback form which has been pasted in the link, the link has been pasted in the chat. So it takes less than a minute. Please fill out the feedback form and let us know how did you find the session. Sanjay says it was highly relaxing. Thank you, Sanjay. I slept, I become fresh now. Now in a cognitive condition, got to know how to practice. It will take my own time. Learning is important. Thank you. So thank you, Deepak, for sharing that. So this event is also, we are live on Facebook, and we will also be sharing the recording of this event with everybody in the group who has participated. And you can use this body scan meditation any number of times. You can do it daily, you can do it anytime. What is best is that you're not disturbed during the 20 odd minutes. That's when you get the best benefit from the exercise. And once you have filled out the feedback form, please type FD in the chat, feedback done, so that we know you have filled out the feedback form. And please share, what is it that you have learned, and how will you implement what you have learned, because what you share here will benefit everyone. We learn more by sharing. Thank you, Deepalji. So we learn more by sharing with each other rather than hear to the speaker. So don't feel about it being right or wrong. Don't worry about that, but just share what you feel, what you felt, what you experienced, because it will help everybody who is there in the session today. will pause for a minute. And while we are waiting for feedback to come, I'll like to share about an exciting session that we have planned for next Saturday. The next Saturday session will also be at 12 noon, and we are having a very special guest. Thanks, Sanjay. His name is Mr. Sarthak Saxena, and he's going to talk about how he sprang back, to life after having his right arm amputated in an accident. So how we use gratitude to be resilient. He's going to talk about resilience in the upcoming session. I'll request you to block your calendar for 12 noon next Saturday for a very, very special session we have. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Please stay connected. Have a great weekend, and we'll be happy to take any questions or comments that you've got. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashiji.
Yes. Thank you, Nitinji.
Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sudeshna.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Sudeshna.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish Da. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepakji. Thank you.
It was a lovable experience.
Thank you.
It really helped me to come back from Ladakh.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Your pictures were very nice.
Thank you,
Thank
Sudeshna.
you,
Deepakji,
Sudeshna.
lovely pictures. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you,
We also
Sudeshna.
got to see glimpses of all that you experienced there.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll try my maximum best level.
Please also share we were live on FB and we have shared the link. Please share in your circles so more and more people can benefit from it. Happy to take any comments or questions, queries that you may have. Else we will draw this session to a close. We'll wait for another minute or so. Thank you, friends.